Never mind. Some people think it's a serial. Think about that.
Bayou Butcher.
The Bayou Butcher? Is that what people call it?
That's just what we joked around.
And next thing you know, here we got another unsolved murder.
Hi, I'm Kai. Today we're watching. Hi, can you tell I haven't recorded in a bit? I'm already losing my edge. I'm losing my edge. The YouTube voices need to come back. Anyway, we're watching. I think his name is Gavin something. Hold on. Groovy Gavin. That's what his name is. And he is serving me up hunting the serial killer that still exists today. Assuming from this video getting posted, I assume he's still alive. So, you know, now that we're here, let's get in this baby. Like, sub if you enjoy the video. Cool beans. All right, let's get in this shit, baby.
Over 200 bodies have been found in this river right behind me in just the last 9 years.
189 bodies found.
Hype shit, bro.
Well, there must be a serial killer. They found a body 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah.
And over 40% of the bodies don't have a cause of death, leading tons of people to think that this is a serial killer.
There is a Houston Bayou killer going on.
Serial killer on the loose.
Serial killer, anyone?
There is a serial killer.
Houston serial killer, let's talk about it.
But is it actually a serial killer, or is there something else explainable? Is it possible that this thing is just super dangerous and people are just simply falling in here? Could it be that simple? But obviously I didn't live here, so we asked the people that did their thoughts. Excuse me, do you know anything about the bodies in the bayou?
But I do have some bicycle riding friends who swear they've heard somebody get off and thrown in the bayou when they were riding home about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my
before.
gosh, how recent was that?
This has been a couple of months.
Are you scared being here? Are a lot of
Well,
people
there are
scared?
paths I won't go on anymore. So there is considerable concern, I think, among cyclists.
I know some people are saying it's like a serial killer or something.
If someone found themselves in a situation where they had killed someone, the bayou's the place to dump it.
What a crazy first person to talk to.
Yeah, it could be a serial killer.
It's just concerning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always closer than what you think.
And I just like hear it on the news, just don't come to the ball game.
Oh shit.
Bro's preparing.
Yeah, they are not catching him.
Yeah, for real.
So people know about this, and alarming amounts of people are ending up in the bayou, but there's other theories than it just being a serial killer.
One of the biggest theories is that a lot of people get really wasted, really drunk, and then stumble into here, but that seems kind of far-fetched to me.
Like, how drunk do you gotta be?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Bro, you definitely could fall in right here, and that would not be possible to get back up. Like,
I mean, hypothetically, it, like, okay, let's say it's a killer, right? It doesn't have to be a serial killer. It could just be different people killing. Let me stop saying that word. It could just be like multiple people, like, taking people off the census. And like he said, the bayou is the place to do it.
it would be really hard to get back up. Like this part of it, I could see some cases happening where people have simply fell in like really drunk or something. But that would be like 1 or 2 people, max.
And since we couldn't figure out if it was a serial killer or not on our own, we went directly to the people investigating it, the Houston police.
Yeah, they should give us all the information, honestly.
The police?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's public, they should tell us what's going on.
We're actually almost at the police station though. It is right up here. So now we're at the main police headquarters of Houston. They're not allowed to talk about any ongoing cases, but I think they can probably talk about it as a whole and any cases they may have solved, which would help us figure out the overall picture. Hi, how's it going? Just had a quick question. We're making a video documentary about all the bodies found in the bayou here. Do you know if there's anyone we could talk to ask some questions about that?
I can give you a number to call.
That'd be great.
Yeah, all right.
We reached out and didn't get any new information, but researching further, I found this clip that was basically the official statement of the police.
Was that Lex Luthor? You can't tell me that's not Lex Luthor, bro. Oh, and he's in police. That's Lex Luthor right there. Or no, hell, he might be the. I would go make that joke.
When they pass, often end up in the bayou.
So I think that could be a very, very small amount of the cases, but definitely not all of them, especially with how bizarre some of them are. When with 40% of them undetermined, does that mean the police are just simply not looking into them that deep to figure out what they are?
I was gonna say that it's Lex Luthor, so that's probably the reason why the boys are in the bayou, but that's an actual guy, so.
And then they're saying, like, oh, they're just homeless people? Like, bro, what? But obviously, a lot of the cases aren't just homeless people. We're going to talk to, right now, Lauren, who is the cousin of Kenneth Cutting Jr., which is one of the most mysterious cases.
On the night of June 28th, 2024, a 22-year-old man named Kenneth went out in downtown Houston with his 2 roommates. At some point that night, he vanished. By the next morning, no one knew where he was. His family grew worried fast and filed a missing persons report. But tragically, just days later, in early July, his body was found in the bayou.
My name's Lauren Freeman. I am the cousin of Kenneth Wayne Cutting, who was found in Buffalo Bayou on July 1st, 2024. So Kenneth, as a person, he was a 22-year-old male. He was fun, outgoing, he loved art and music, and he was just the type of person that wanted everybody to be happy. He was very joyous person.
Can you go over the story of what happened that night?
Yeah, so Kenneth was in a polyamorous relationship with two men that were in their 30s, and they went out to a bar in downtown Houston with two boyfriends. Said that he had too much to drink. They said they got him into the car, they started going home, and they were going away from their house, and they said that he got out of the car without his cell phone, without his wallet, and they never heard from him again.
And I understand that a lot of the autopsy was incorrect and there were problems there.
Yeah, there were a lot of problems with the autopsy. So there was three main things that were wrong. The spelling of the street name was wrong. It said that he was 4'8" and weighed 89 pounds, and he was actually 5'4" and weighed probably about 115 to 125 pounds. And then the third
Don't these cases, like, this has a name for it, right? 401 cases. They're like, 441. It's something that, it's a whole Windigoon video on that shit. If I have time, I might do. Tell me in the comments, would y'all want like a gameplay and like reaction type deal video thing? Because I could do that. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, this. At first I was thinking like, oh, did the dudes like have something to do with it? Like, because they were getting like wrong information. No, it's the autopsy. So who the hell is this guy? Don't you have this shit in the system?
mistake was the most alarming, which they said that he had hardware in his neck and he had never had surgery a day in his life. We're almost 2 years later after his death, and police cases are closed and we're still digging. There is now 211 bodies that have been found since 2017, and over 40% of them have undetermined causes of death and manners of death. Because they found a body, I don't know if you know this, like 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How we heard of this, and I think what's gained a lot of views online and stuff, is people saying it's a serial killer or something like that. Do you think that's at all possible? Or?
So I think anything's possible. I think it would be naive for me to say, no, absolutely not. There's no serial killer. However, I don't believe there's a serial killer. I lean more to there's a series of killers, meaning there are multiple people that are killing people and dumping bodies. I'm still focusing on
exactly. Cause look, we're not in the 1950s anymore, okay? You know how hard it is to be a mass murderer in today's age? Like, okay, maybe like unless you're like rich or some shit. If you're rich, you can do that any day of the week and get away with it. But like today's day and age, as like a regular guy, to become a mass murderer, you have to do that shit in one burst, and then you're arrested because they will get your ass. Like you can't like become a mass, like, you know, over time anymore, because they'll get you on the first one. You're gonna make a mistake. It's definitely just like a few people like doing that shit.
And a story. Somebody knows something with my cousin. Somebody saw something. It's just a matter if we can reach that person. We handed over his cell phone after the boyfriends gave it back to us, and pretty much came back and said there was talk of drug use. For me, I struggle with that because we can talk about drugs all you want. Doesn't mean somebody's using it.
Yeah.
And we have proof that he wasn't using it because his autopsy came back that he had no drugs in his system. I don't think HPD has enough cops to look into everything in a timely manner.
Is it hard to gather information?
We tried to get pictures and x-rays, and basically we were told, hey, you have to subpoena that.
I really hope we can help get the word out there.
The Facebook page is Justice and then the number 4 Kenneth. There's an actual page that we're posting updates on, and we're also posting information.
It's concerning how many of those Justice 4 pages actually exist. That's crazy.
that we're finding.
Yeah, we'll put that on screen and in the description if you guys want to check that out.
Hearing Kenneth's story from Lauren really helps you see that these are everyday people that this is happening to, and the number of people showing up in the bayou is only going up. But Lauren didn't think this was a serial killer, but rather a series of killers, which made this case even more confusing to me. So I headed to where they recovered Kenneth and a few other people to get answers for myself.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be dumb, but to actually investigate like a little. It's a fine line we have to hit. I'm not trying to fucking mess with any Houston motherfuckers. Look, like 1, 2, 3 police cars here. There's no one in any of the cars. There's not even anyone in the constable car.
Oh, you know what? They do that just to like, so people won't do some fuck shit around here.
Wait, shouldn't there be at least one though?
Yeah.
Oh no, bro.
And as we got down to the bayou,
Gang, people got shit to do, no.
we finally saw someone watching over the area, the security guard.
We're making a video documentary. Oh, no camera? Oh, okay. That a lot of drunk people are stumbling into there. Or what I'm kind of thinking is a lot of drunk people would be getting potentially murdered. You walk down here and literally you're at the bayou.
I'll be honest, that has to be murder. I don't think anybody just coming and stumbling down here.
I mean, I do think it's like probably happened one time before somewhere around here.
Why does the gate stop right here?
What a horrible gate, bro.
Yeah, I can see if you're drunk, you're coming here and you're like, oh.
Yeah, like maybe you're walking over to the gate. But so far, I'm thinking that it's not drunk people stumbling in.
But if this theory was true, surely lots of people at the bars would know about this. So we walked not that far from the bayou to the bars to talk to them.
Somebody baiting them in with a get quick free high or whatever. Maybe flashing some money for them to go do a little quick turn a trick move or something, you know?
Yeah, because it's a whole thing of like, oh, drunk people are stumbling into the bayou. That has to be it. Why would drunk people be going to the bayou? Another thing, if that, depending on when that theory came by, wouldn't the drunk people know not to go to the bayou if that was the case? So like, drunk people don't just become stupid. They're still, so wouldn't they want to like go home or like go to another bar if they were drunk? Why would they go to the bayou? There's nothing for them there.
And next thing you know, here we got another unsolved murder. You see what I'm saying? Here in the Houston Metroplex.
Well, thank you very much. Stay safe out there.
Hey man, keep doing your thing.
I appreciate you. I feel enlightened as hell.
For real.
We had a lot of theories at this point. A serial killer, people falling in, other murders, homeless people, but the easiest way to help us get a clue into what this was to look at the demographics of the people being found. Luckily, we got to talk to the reporter who was the first person to break this case, who also had all the statistics.
I'm J1. I'm a reporter at KPRC. It's the NBC affiliate here in Houston. There were a string of bayous found in a very short amount of time. So in our newsroom, the discussion came up to dig a little bit deeper because elected officials were coming out and saying, these are homeless people, there's no evidence of a serial killer, but we want to take what they say with a grain of salt and look at the actual data.
What has been some of the most, I guess, shocking discoveries that you've found by deeply researching into this?
The 40% undetermined manners of death has definitely been shocking.
Has there been any patterns there that you've recognized or not really?
Not really, and I think that's why from looking at our data set, we were sort of able to answer that question, is there a serial killer? Serial killers tend to be fixated on a type of individual, but what...
Yeah, because like, okay, like, yeah, they're saying like, oh, it's a bunch of homeless people. The last guy who we literally just saw literally wasn't homeless. He was living with like his 2 other partners. He wasn't homeless, so it can't be homeless people, but there's literally proof that it wasn't.
We saw from the data set is that the age range was pretty diverse, the ethnic groups were pretty diverse.
So in your opinion, you would say it's not likely that it's a serial killer here?
In a city like Houston, it's possible there are serial killers here. However, when it comes to the bayou, it's hard to really correlate that. That doesn't mean that there haven't been killers that contributed to deaths in the bayou. However, one particular serial killer, it's really hard to say. People care about this, people want to know what's going on, and people want answers.
I'm now pretty confident that this isn't likely a serial killer, but that makes me even more confused as to why so many of the causes of death are undetermined. And to help us finally figure that out, we talked to somebody who had worked at a morgue so she could explain why they might have trouble figuring out what the cause of death was.
Apparently 40% of these cases are undetermined, and I wanted to see like kind of why that is.
There's two things that the medical examiner's office determines that appear on a death certificate. The first is the cause of death and the other is the manner of death. So cause of death can be a ton of different things. So for manner of death, you only can have homicide, suicide, accident, natural, or undetermined. The category of undetermined as a manner of death, we don't think it's a homicide, but we're not sure. We don't think it's an accident, but we're not sure. We don't think it's natural death, right? Then undetermined is the only classification that you would give those cases. So here's kind of the important thing to think about when you're investigating these cases here. When someone dies, right, our bodies are very naturally designed to break down. So the moment that life ceases, a body begins to break down. When a body falls into water, typically it sinks, and then as it decomposes and gases are released, the body will float to the surface. And by that time, not only has decomposition happened, the body's been in water too. There's animals in the water.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this woman has me enwrapped. I know I just broke your immersion, goofy ass, stupid ass, goofy. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at you. You got your immersion broken by me pausing the video. Goofy ass. Subscribe, please. Yeah, no, this woman she can talk. I am enwrapped. I can't even commentate on this well.
They're not being discriminate, right? They're scavenger type activity going on. And so it's really hard to determine what's going on bodies that are found here.
So it would basically get rid of a lot of the evidence.
Unless there is a really obvious defect, like we're talking a gunshot wound, it's gonna be really hard to determine
Wait
what.
A second. Wait, okay. My dumbass, I was about to be like, wait, hold on. Shouldn't all the bodies have floated up towards the surface then? They're like, wait, hold on. No, of course the bodies would have floated up to the surface and the bodies would have been removed. They're not going to leave the bodies in the lake, at the bottom of the lake, Kai. Of course they're floated up to the surface.
Happened in that case.
Some people seem to think that there's a serial killer. What sort of evidence or patterns would you look for to figure that out?
That's coming because there's a higher frequency of reporting, right? So that kind of makes sense, like people are concerned. My thought is that some of these undetermined cases are potentially homicides. They're probably perpetrated by people that are closer to those victims.
Well, guys, it might be a serial killer or a series of killers. All I know is that people know that they can leave bodies in the bayou and kind of get away with it. And it really, to me, just doesn't seem like there's enough eyes on this. It doesn't seem like there's enough police. It doesn't seem like there's enough effort being put towards this. The bodies are rampant.
Oh, no. No, it gets to a point where it's like, you gotta just figure out if it's like a government conspiracy or like the police just getting lazy. Like, there was this grandma, I think in like South or North Dakota, who got arrested for like basically no reason. They kept her there and her life was basically fucking ruined and they just decided not to do anything about it. It gets to a point where we have to decide if, like, is there a conspiracy? Are they just killing people or is the police just being lazy?
Up. Things are getting worse. And it seems like people are caring less and less. I hear about this less and less. So it's something I really want to get as many views on. I want to get as many people talking about. If you're in the Houston area and know anything about Kenneth's case or any other cases, please reach out to the Facebook I linked down below. And guys, if you are in Houston, please just be careful. Don't go drinking out alone. Make sure you're with lots of friends and just be safe. If you hear or see anything, post it. Let's just get more attention to this. I love you guys. Peace.
Hey, gang. That's nice. Leprechaun sighting. Okay. I tricked my city with a fake. Yo, this algorithm going crazy right now. Yeah, that was this. I feel like I didn't commentate enough. I don't know. I feel like I didn't yap as much as I usually did. Granted, your ass would have probably left the video. I feel like I didn't yap enough. But anyway, that was this. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, sub, all that jazz. I just hit my thigh. I did squats like yesterday, last night. That shit hurt. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Like, sub, all that jazz, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Goodbye. Sub, blah, blah.